Hello, Yankee fans. I hope all is well. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today, I want to discuss a report given to us by Andy Martino. So, Andy Martino reported that Aaron Boone is expected to return as manager next year for 2024. And when this news came out, I was trying to go over if he actually deserved to come back in 2024 or not. And I came out with like a list almost, and it's not a long list. I made like a pros and cons chart, and I was like, what does Aaron Boone do well? So I was two things that came to mind right away was that he defends his players, and he's a person who incorporates analytics. And those two things are extremely important when you defend your players, especially to umpires in front of the media. You almost like build a bond with them. You're able to, and with that, you're able to coach them and able to have their ear. So that's important. It's also important that he does analytics, because every sport nowadays is trending towards having more analytics incorporated, whether it may be how well you run, how your bat speed, whatever it is. When to put in players at which points. It helps. It helps, and it gives every team an advantage. You know the saying: the more information you have, the better you are prepared. So those two things I really liked. But the things that I did not like was that Aaron Boone, in my opinion, does not have communication. I think I read a article from like Paul Semendinger from I don't know where. I read and he was like, I only thought he doesn't communicate well. The organization and Aaron Boone do not communicate well with fans, and fans are fed up with all the things that Aaron Boone is saying and all the repetitive things that he's saying. But according to Paul Semendinger, he said that it's not true. It's not just with fans; it's also with the players themselves. So that really alarms me a little bit. Another thing that really bothers me that I don't think has to do with Aaron Boone. Obviously, we know that the Yankees have a talent. They're talent deficient, right? So it's not all his fault. But what happened to the motivation? You understand when your team was on such a skid this past year, it almost felt like not just that you were down in the skid with them, but you had no way of bringing them up. And that has nothing to do with talent. That has to do with you as a manager. Are you a good enough manager to help motivate your players? And to me, that has nothing to do with Brian Cashman. It has nothing to do with the talent on the team. It has to do with you as a manager. What are you doing? And the last thing that I was going through, I was like, and the one thing that really bothered me about the season was that, okay, the team was really bad, but the errors were just the cherry on the top. How come Gleyber Torres is always making errors? How come it just feels like situationally the Yankees keep messing up? The lines are not crisp. When you throw the ball from right field to home plate, are people covering bags? And those types of things are not good. And in my opinion, that again has nothing to do with talent. It has to do with Aaron Boone as a manager. Let me compare this for you for a second. Let's go to football for a second. Bill Belichick is having a rough season, right? The offense sucks. Defense is what it is. That's his strength, so they play well on defense, right? But you don't ever see them playing sloppy football. You understand? The Yankees are playing sloppy, and that has to do with the coaching staff. So in my opinion, when the Yankees keep saying, "Oh, he's part of the solution," No, he's not. And I know a lot of people were telling me, he helped. This is his first bad season, and also another thing they were saying that in the past he was able to mix and match players when players were getting injured. He had the next up mentality. But let me ask you a question: do you think there's anybody else in the league that can do the same job that Aaron Boone is doing, but do it better? If there is, then he shouldn't be manager at all, if that makes sense. So, in my opinion, with all that being said, I don't blame Aaron Boone for the Yankees having such a terrible season. But I do believe that there are other managers out there that can do what Aaron Boone is doing and probably do it on a higher level. And also, another another thing is that the errors and not having motivation makes me believe that he shouldn't be manager. So I guess we're having him for the 2024 season, but in my opinion, he shouldn't be manager at all. With that being said, guys, please subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell. Tell me what you would like me to speak on next, and see you on the next one.